Well, hey everybody, how's it going? I'm shooting this video for one of the viewers. He had a question about his tube tester. I have this tube tester right here, this model. This is an owner's manual that I got off a guy on eBay. It's a copy, but it's a really nice copy. It's ring bound, and the viewer had a question about the filament continuity control. So I figured I'd just video my owner's manual, and I'll turn the pages. I'll set the camera up in a stand, and you guys can kind of watch it and pause, and you can zoom in with your phone and read it and whatnot. And hopefully this will help you guys out. I'm not sure if this gentleman still sells these on eBay. I've had this for quite a while now, but here's the cover, and there's some reading right here that you might want to check out right out of the gate. Like I said, you can pause this and read it and kind of zoom in with your phone if you need to. Okay, so let's get right into it. I'm going to get my camera set up, and we'll start right on page 1. Okay, so this is a condensed version of how you would go about testing a tube. They just kind of cram this into one page, which is usually what I refer to when I get ready to do this. I have to dig this book out every time. So here's the steps right here. I'm just going to kind of scroll down a little more as we go. Again, you can pause this and zoom right in. It does give you a little bit of info on the filament control here, I think, on this page. I'm not reading this. I'm just kind of trying to get this in the frame for you guys. So that's the whole thing. Again, just take it one step at a time. Screenshot this. This is a go-to to get yourself up and running. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so here we are on page 1. I was going to put my camera in the stand, but it's just not really, it's really hard to capture it all, and try to get it up close where somebody could actually read this. So I'm just going to kind of scroll down through this. Again, you guys can just kind of pause your video and read this. It just kind of goes through each of the controls and just some features of the tester itself here. Again, this is really valuable information. If you have a tube tester like this, you really do kind of need this book. It helps you, especially that condensed version I just showed you. If you have that, you can pretty much do it all. Okay, so I'm going to go back up through really slow here. Again, you can pause this and zoom in on it to read it. I wish I had a better way of doing this, but this is just kind of quick and in haste. Hopefully it helps this guy out, okay? Let's go to the next page. Okay, so this is page 2. I'm just going to hover right over there again. And again, I'm just going to move down slow here. You guys can pause this and look at it. We've already gone through that, so I'll just make my way down this page. I'm going to do the same thing on page 3. These are cool old pieces, I never thought of doing this. I really didn't know if the gentleman that made this manual was still doing it, so I guess this isn't a bad thing. I don't mind sharing this. It might help somebody out. So going right back up to the top of page 2. All right, let's go to page 3. Okay, here we are on page 3. Again, I'm just going to hover over this and let you guys kind of just pause it if you need to. And I believe this is going over what all the controls are and what they do. Again, I can't read it through the camera. I'm just trying to hold it steady and do the best that I can. I do have some old tube books too, and I have 2 roll charts that go to my tube tester. It's mostly for oldest kind of stuff, but you know, there is some conversion charts in there as well. And I have another smaller book that came with it that actually converts some of the older stuff, you know, into the newer type tubes. Well, I say new. It's, you know, this is from the 40s, so. Okay, let's go to page 4. Okay. You don't see these tube testers around anymore. I was very fortunate. A friend gave me the one that I have. And, you know, we still use it. So it's just handy to have it. It takes the guesswork out of whether your tube's gone or not. Okay, I'm going to go right back up the page really slow like I've been doing. Okay. Pretty good. Okay, here we are on page 5. I do understand the lighting is not optimum here, but, you know, you're getting the info. That's all that counts. You might have to squint a little bit or brighten your screen, but as long as you get it, right? It was pretty tricky when I'd never run one, so I had to go through a little bit of a learning curve on how to work one and how it actually worked. Okay, we're going to go right back up the page again. We're on page 5. See anything you like there? Hit the old pause button. There is a neat schematic of the tube tester itself in the back I'll show you too. Okay, moving right along. We are on page 6 here. Okay, we're just going to scroll right back up the page like we've been doing. Page 6 again. Whoops, sorry about that. Okay. All right, page 7. Here we go. Some pretty good information in this actually on tubes and, you know, how they work and stuff. It's kind of neat. Again, I do have some old tube chats, and I have 2 roll chats that go to this. If you guys ever get in a bind, you know, send me a message or a comment, and I can look stuff up if I can help you out. Okay, page number 8. Alright, I'm going to scroll back up the page. That way if you missed anything, you just want to look it over again, you don't have to rewind the video. Hopefully you guys can catch this and pause it when you need to. Page 9 it is. Okay. This is a long manual, I guess. I don't know how many pages. We're getting there, though. Okay, page 10. You can kind of read the titles, too, and then just pause and read it. All right, let's go to page 11 here. Same thing, I'm just trying to block these out, in kind of blocks here so you can just kind of read it as you go. Okay, so there's the bottom. Try to get all the letters in there for you. That's why I've been going back up the pages, in case I cut the letters off like that. Okay. Bear with me, folks. I'm doing my best, Like I said, it's better than not having it, right? Okay, let's move on. Page 12. We're getting there. Again, this might help somebody out. If you don't have a manual, you're going to be pretty much lost. Especially that condensed thing that I showed you in the beginning. You really got to have that info or you're not going to know what you're doing. Okay, we're going to go back up this page again. I realize this may be a pain to, follow along, but like I said, it's better than nothing. Okay, page 13. Sorry about that, folks. It does say something about batteries. Now, these were portable, at least mine was. Had a, big square battery inside. So you could take this out in the field and test as well. Okay, now there's a battery installation right there, which would go, you'd have to take the screws out of your tube tester and pull it up, pull the whole thing out of the wood case. And that's where the battery went underneath. So this will kind of tell you about it. Okay, we're going to go back up the page. All right, here's page 15. We're getting there, guys. We're almost through it. Just bear with me. And obviously, if you guys don't own a tube tester, you're probably not getting any benefit out of this, but like I said, one of the viewers asked me a question about it. I figured this would be a good way to answer it, I'll just give him the owner's manual on video here, and that way he can, diagnose his tester and have some idea of what he's looking at here, okay? Okay, page 16. Just a few more pages, guys, I promise. Then I'm going to show you the wiring diagram for the tube tester itself. Another really handy piece of info that you should have. You know, you're not just going to run out to Walmart and buy a repair kit for a 1940s tube tester. Okay, I'm going to go right back up the page as always. If you see something you like, hit the old pause button. Okay, folks, we're almost there. Here we go. Just going to run down through these a little bit, like I said. My hands and arms are getting really tired of trying to hold this camera steady, but so bear with me. Whoops, I kind of lost it. I'm going to start at the top on this one again, okay? I don't want to cut any of the words off. I'm trying to kind of view this as I go. Okay, guys, here's page 18, and then we're just going to have the schematic of the unit itself. So I'm going to run you right down through this page as well. I'm going to take my time. There's no sense to hurry now. We're almost there. And this is probably a super boring video, even if you do own a tube tester. But again, you know, there was just no info out there when I obtained mine, and I was very fortunate to find this guy on eBay that had, this is what he did. He made owner's manuals and stuff kind of obsolete, you know, equipment and, you know, electrical stuff. But they're copies, but they're well done, and he does them in a nice binder. It's kind of nice. Okay, so that leads us to the actual schematic of the unit itself. So what I am going to do is I'm going to give you a nice overview of this as good as I can. Okay. And I'll go down through the component list as well, because it does tell you the values of this stuff, which is really handy. Okay, I'm just going to make my way back up again really slow. And you guys can kind of zoom in on this. And hopefully that helps. Now let's go down through the spec list here. Okay, so on the diagram it tells you what the number is. There's a number like 67, you know, the item number, part number, and it tells you what the values are. And these will be on the diagram too. Show you what I mean in a second. So let's just make our way down through them all. So you guys, you have to change a pad out, or you need to try to fix yours, at least you'll have this. Okay, so if you look, you'll see numbers next to some of these values too. R27, and these are all numbered, you know, like I said. So I'm thinking that's going to help you guys out. Like I said, if you have any more questions, I do have another, you know, some old tube manuals and stuff. They're old, from like the 40s though, so, you know, a lot of modern tubes are not in there. So we'll just have to wing it, I guess. Okay, so here's the last page of the manual. I'm going to give you guys this too. This decibel conversion chart's kind of handy. So I'm just going to go right down over this really slow. And you guys can kind of get an idea what this is. I'm not exactly sure how to use this. I've never had to, but some pretty good info, I'm guessing. So I might as well throw it in on the video. Okay. Okay, so there you have it, folks. Yeah, and like I said, I've got a couple old manuals. There's an old RCA book, old tube manuals. There's actually some good info. There's some good diagrams in there, actually, like on tube amps, schematics. This is another supplementary chart. Excuse me. This just gives you some conversions of like newer style tubes. This is still ancient stuff, but it was new at the time. They just kind of added the book on. So if you guys have any more questions or concerns, or you trying to look something up or whatever, go ahead, drop it in the comments. If I can help you out, then I will. I'm hoping this video at least will get you up and running. And like I said, that usually when I test, the first thing I go to, I have to read this condensed version every time I do it, and that'll usually set you in the right direction. So thanks for watching. I hope this helps everybody out. Good luck, folks. We'll see you soon. Okie doke.